am sure sports. You know me there, from coast to coast representing. I mean, I say this is righteous representing for Omar. You don't know, come get the sports over here from near and far. Boy. Me say I am sure sports, one thing me sure about. When me say sure, that me not doubt. Come get your sports, get it over here. Come subscribe, repost and share. I am sure sports, one thing me sure about. When me say sure, that me not doubt. Come get your sports, get it over here. Come subscribe, repost and share. If me not sure, that me not say it. Know who score, that me not say it. Never know no game play, that me not say it. If me never see no game, me not know who play. For your sports news, better come over here so. For your soccer news, then come over here so. If you don't love sports, still come over here so. For the date done, you are gonna love over here so.
So when it comes on to behavior concerning football, Jamaica is decent. I am sure that if we can get all of these things done, set in place by the end of April, it gives us enough time before the World Cup campaign. Not afraid of no Brazil, no Argentina with these crapper players. We are good enough. Remember to like, subscribe, share. Listen, comment, let me know what your thoughts are.
Trick Jerk Marinade gives your meats and vegetables authentic Jamaican jerk flavor. The spices are directly from Jamaica. Spices like jerk seasoning, allspice, Scotch bonnet pepper, fresh scallions, thyme, ginger, and garlic. The key ingredients to a great jerk marinade. 0% sugar and low in sodium. You want to try it?
Made up of 18 Jamaican herbs and spices, add delicious, bold flavor to your next grilling experience. Flavoring sauce, a marinade, basting, condiment, or topping. Trick Nick Jerk Barbecue Sauce.
But check it out, I don't know it's Jason. I'm here represent for I Am Sure Sports. For the latest news and updates, check out I Am Sure Sports. Make sure you go to the YouTube channel, subscribe and share. Jason representing I Am Sure. I Am Sure Sports.
All right, good evening, all you I Am Sure Sports subscribers and viewers. Welcome to the show. Yes, it is only one we are having for today because sometimes you have to take a break and get other functions done. Want to say a big welcome to every single one of you who are watching at this time. For those who have already made a comment in the comment section, salute to you. People like Fresh God, bless up, loud music entertainment in the building. Yeah, man, bless up. Won't be having a very long show this evening, but it's going to be very important as we have some additional information and 2 bits of things that we spoke about in last week, heading into this week, Monday, that is yesterday. And so we're going to deal with a little bit of that. And then we'll also look back at the Reggae Girls game. The next game is on Thursday evening. So we have tomorrow, which is Wednesday, to go through and talk about it. So we will do all of that tomorrow and tell you what is happening in the camp over there in Monterrey, Mexico. All right, but I know some of you are still happy, because of the victory. Yes, indeed. For those of you who are following up what is going on in the competition, the games today, this is in the female the women's World Cup qualifier CONCACAF. That is the first game, saw Costa Rica getting the better of Panama by 3-0. And after around 6 or so minutes, Trinidad and Tobago, yes, and Canada are tied at 0-0. That's the score right now. All right, as usual, when you come on to the platform, please ensure that you hit that like button. And if you have not yet subscribed, make sure you do that. And also ensure that you share the content with someone else. All right, big up to the sponsors, Launch Legacy. Yes, these people really help us out a whole lot so we can get good equipment, so we can look good on camera and sound clear in the microphone. So Launch Legacy, where they handle risk and seek legacy for all your personal insurance needs in Canada and the USA. Visit Launch Legacy at launchlegacy.com or call or text them at 647-989-0782. Also, a big thank you to Prestige Finance, where they're lending a helping hand when you need it most. Prestige Finance is located in Linstead, St. Catherine, Jamaica. Yes, people. And you can get up to $250,000 to borrow with same-day processing, no processing fee, and only zero. I make it 0 to 4% interest rate. You can't beat that anywhere else. All right, so big them up. Welcome Richard Green in the building. Stefan, right, never wrong. Bless up, ever right, never on the left. You understand what I mean? In between time. All right, so I did a video recently, and this is very important. All right, I did a video recently speaking about, I asked a whole lot of questions. Who selected the coaches? Who paid the money? All of those things. Is it actually a CONCACAF A license? All right. I asked questions. I did not make allegations, right? Because people ask me questions. And so what I do, I did the video based on the information that I had, and I asked questions. All right. And so when I ask questions, it's not a me, and I keep on saying this, right? The purpose of the media, whether it be vloggers or what we call mainstream media, is to speak on the credible information they have. And if other people have other information, then they present that information either to substantiate what was said or discredit what the media says. All right. So all that I said up to this point has not been discredited. All right. What was suggested to me is, here are the details. So you have to share this additional information to the people. But nothing that I asked or said about the coaching course that is going on was inaccurate. All right. So what have I learned since that time? All right. So I received some information, like I said, that is, it has really clarified what I've said. What information I've received? All right. Number one, it is not a CONCACAF A license. It is the Trinidad and Tobago Football Association A license. What I was told, however, is that this is the way that CONCACAF is going. Individual territories will have their own licensing process. So you will get something that says the Jamaica Coaching B license or the Jamaica Coaching A license, not CONCACAF, but it ought to be recognized in CONCACAF. All right? That we have to wait to see if it will happen in the future. But it is not people a CONCACAF A license, but the license you get, I have been told that those who do the A license could operate in CONCACAF. That we have to wait and see. All right? So I was not wrong. It is not CONCACAF A. All right? To do the course. So remember we asked, why these 6 coaches? Why was it Rudolph Speed, Wendell Downswell, Meron Garden, Vassal Reynolds, Peart, and Marcel Gill. Was it made available to all the coaches, and then out of all the B licensed coaches, you then said, okay, here are the 6 best persons to do it? No. What I was told is that the names were presented to the board and there were no rebuttals. So nobody objected to the 6 names. All right. Now, the only question is, why wasn't all the B licensed coaches presented to the board and the board selected 6? That was not the process. I think that would have provided a greater level of transparency. All right? I'm giving you what I have been reported to me. All right? So other coaches were also invited. 2 other coaches, I understand. I have yet to confirm with them, but I have information that an invitation. Remember Jamaica only had 6 spots. 6 spots. All right? Jamaica was given 6 spots. That's what I was told. 2 other coaches were contacted to be a part of it, and they declined. They declined for different reasons. All right, I'm going to call those names because I want to be as transparent. So I don't know what that means is that 2 of the coaches there would not have been a part of the original group that got recommended. All right, one of the coach that was recommended, and coach, if you were not, you need to come and tell management because I have your name as one of the coaches that was recommended to do the course. Xavier Gilbert. And Xavier Gilbert opted to do the Women's World Cup instead of doing the course. The other one was Andre Virtue. And the thing is that Andre Virtue apparently is away with his U team, or else he would have been there. That's the information I have received. So I began asking about other coaches in Jamaica that they have B license and they could have done the course and gotten their A license. All right. So I just assumed that if you coach one of the Premier League teams, then chances are you have a B license. All right, or some other coaches. So I asked about Ludlow Bernard. I was told that Ludlow Bernard presently has a C license. I asked about Harold Thomas. I was told that he doesn't even have a C license. They may have other coaching stuff, but according to what I've been told, they don't have those licenses, so they would not qualify to do the A license because there's a process. I'm the messenger, people. Do not attack me. I'm giving you the information as I have received it. I asked about Andrew Price because he coached in the Premier League. And again, they said to me, no, Andrew Price does not have a B license. Therefore, he would not have qualified to do the A license. All right. So I asked about Dana Van Duke because he also coached in the Premier League. No, well, Dana Van Duke, right, has a American A license. So he doesn't need to do the A license. Quite interested. Quite interested. So why then, if other people have the American A, B, C license, they have to do level B, C, and D? Quite interesting. All right, people, I'm coming to your comments. I have to give you all of this information because it's good stuff. All right, so I started scanning around and looking at other coaches. All right, I was told that the reason why some of these coaches were chosen was because of the education, the coaching education, and they are going to come back and teach. Now, I don't know. The 6 persons, no. Are they ahead of the people they are coming to teach? I'm just asking. Somebody like the Lenny Hyde. who was coaching at Portmore. All right. So that's some of the information. Let me get some of your comments, and then I'll give you the rest. Management, that don't make no sense. One, Dan, I agree with you, my friend, that why do that instead of getting a license from Europe? That's my position, but that's what they're saying. Again, learning is always good. So even if the license don't have a lot of weight outside of the Caribbean, learning and getting the education is good. All right. I have some other good good stuff on this to share. Just let me just do this. Management, I believe that if the JFF cannot hire a pro license coach for the reggae boys, I strongly believe they should consider London also for the job. Canada did it with John Herdman. Yeah. Listen, I think that they are enough qualified, quality coaches out there who would come and take the job, who are Jamaicans. London Allison, good choice. But there are other Jamaican coaches who have even higher certification than London Allison right now. Good coach, but I'm saying that. So we cannot be struggling to find a coach. That cannot be it. By the way, London also worked as an assistant coach in MLS with Colorado Rapids. Secondly, he's the director of coaches at Real Colorado. Real Colorado focuses on youth and player development. Yeah, very good coach, right? Travis Pesser said, Duki have a big A license and can't win a trophy. Pesser, there are many people who don't win trophies, you know. Careful now, you know. Careful now, Pesser. Yeah, all right, let me get this one. Kyle Wallace says, Duki have USSA license, but he did the Jamaican B license. That's what I'm saying. Oh, you're getting it, Kyle. You get what I'm saying. That is what I am saying, Kyle. Why the man have the USSF A license and still had to do the B license? And now you're saying that he was not invited to this one as one of the persons because he already has the A. So, all I'm saying to Mr. Duki, based on the information that I have here, when they come on, they're offering the A, you don't have to do it. So ironic. Indeed, Stefan right. Yep, it is. Yeah, Canada nil, Trinidad and Tobago nil. 19 minutes gone. Yeah, man. Name those coaches, please. I know Coley. Who else? Lauren Daniel resume is extensive. All right. You have. Oh, geez, I interviewed him. Oh, geez, peace. He probably even coached Lauren Donaldson. He's in America. He used to be the head of football technical director in one. Oh my God! And I interviewed him. Geez. But you have him. He's in America. Just did some things over there in Germany. Oh, how could I forget his name? He's one of them. Oh man. Freddie Butler, you're listening? See if you can help me. Let me see if I can call one of my friends and remember his name. So there are other Jamaicans who have high qualifications in Europe. All right. Let me see if I can remember his name. Oh, jeez. I can't believe this. Can't believe it. I had it before I came on, you know. Yeah. I'm going to get it for you, Kyle. Let me get the name. I'm going to get the name, though. not getting through. But I'm going to get the name before the show is finished. But he is a Jamaican in the States. He was, I think, the head of coaching, I think, in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. He was a technical director. Yeah, so big coach, older gentleman. Worked coaching the college system as well. Oh, he helped most of the Jamaicans. He's one of those coaches that is part of the USA system that helped to certify coaches. He's a Jamaican. What's his name? Please, somebody remind me. Oh, Lord, I can't remember his name. But he's there. I'm going to get his name for you. No disrespect to local born coaches, get overseas coaches who will pick the team without politics, my opinion. Well, that is your opinion, Travis, but isn't Lauren Donaldson a local born person? All right, so don't generalize. You understand me? Peso, is your opinion, but I think sometimes you're very general and not specific. All right. I think there are coaches who are detached. When Ricardo Gardner was coaching the team and Freddie Butler, they were not showing any politics. They are born in Jamaica. John Barnes was born in Jamaica. He wasn't showing any politics or lived in Jamaica. So there are persons who are born in Jamaica who I think don't carry that agenda. I don't know in Oakland. Yet to see it. Eagle Republic says management Tapper Whitmore went straight from schoolboy to coach the national team. Has Tapper Whitmore ever won his zone in the DaCosta Cup? I don't know. I don't know what the record is when he was at St. James. But listen, I don't. All right, let me say it this way, right? We have to ask ourselves, like with our national team, anybody who takes up the team in its present state probably will struggle. And I'm going to use the example of Harborview. Harborview may not be the best team for the duration of the league, but they are one of the most organized clubs in Jamaica. And sometimes without proper organization, good coaches will fail. That's what I'll say. So sometimes when you blame the coaches, it is not the coaches. It is the system that the coaches have to work in. All right? And I, as much as I think Tapper made his own mistakes, the whole system around the football was so bad that it probably created an environment of failure. Some of it is his responsibility, but it goes beyond him. And I almost feel like if Miguel Coley comes in, he's probably going to have the same failures if the other organizational and structural issues are not fixed. Look what's happening with Paul Hall. The only reason why we probably see some semblance of success with the Girlz is because it is almost independent of the federation, if we are being completely honest. So while I agree that he may not have been the best coach, I will also say to you that I don't believe our coaches in recent years have been given the best environment and the support to produce the best results possible. Yeah, big up, yeah man, Miguel Coley. Yeah man, good option. Again, a lot of people have been saying Miguel Coley to coach a national team. I'd love to see him working at that level though. If he could work as an assistant at that level, then I think that would help to build his resume. Craig Butler says he don't need no stinking. Brethren, you know, love Craig Butler, no, man. Why not love trouble the man? It's the man that still had the problem with the football. We don't need any Jamaican coach in the Reggae Boys. No yes man to the JFF, someone with a strong character. So that means Paul Hall should not coach the Reggae Boys, Anthony Big Dog. So Paul Hall shouldn't coach. If John Barnes apply, he shouldn't coach. If Michael Johnson shouldn't coach. If Wes Morgan has a sing and does, he shouldn't coach. Lon Donaldson shouldn't be coaching the Reggae Girls. So just, please, just put it in context. I think I know what you mean, but this is a blanket statement without context. Big up, Sir Preacher, on the chat. All right, in around 4 minutes, we're going to pin the link. So who wants to join can join. Big up, your title suggests you are a reasonable... Big up, Rob Smith. Rob Smith, I'm always reasonable and honest, my friend. I keep it real. But I need to give you some more about this thing, because you see, this whole licensing thing is really getting serious. Lenny Taylor, people. All right, right now, somebody Google Lenny Taylor. Google him. Google that name. Lenny Taylor is his name. Lenny Taylor. You have some Jamaicans still, we have every qualification out there, Come on. I don't know. Think Vin lineup would have been much different last night. I don't know. Think Vin lineup would have been much different last night. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what that lineup would have been. They were coaching the U team, not the senior team. Big difference. Who? They were coaching the senior team, not the. They were coaching the U team, not the. And I'm sure following that one, Peso. My name is Jamaica have a certified coach problem. Too many changes to the system. You can be certified now and then hear that they can't work again. All right. Good point, Lenworth Doheny. All right, because I have some more information to share on that. Good point. Pesa says, Rob Smith, I believe so as well. I was impressed with Coach Donaldson tactically, how we set up the team. All right. Colorado Rapids head coach Robin Fraser is a very good Jamaican-born coach. There you go. Robin Fraser as well. You have a next one named Jeff Cunningham. Listen, you have people who are Jamaican born. So that is what I'm saying. The blanket statement, it cannot be anybody who is no Jamaican born. You can say that anybody who is coaching locally, that I can understand if the person is coaching locally. But if you say nobody who is Jamaican born, you're dismissing Paul Hall, Wes Morgan, Michael Johnson, all of these guys, Darrell Powell, what's the one at who was coaching in the Premier League? Oh, geez, and his team, he was at West Brom, now he's in the Championship. Darren Moore. You're saying that none of these guys should coach Jamaica. You're saying that London, you understand me? London shouldn't be coaching. So that kind of blanket statement, I will not agree with. Say to me, if the person is locally coaching, you wouldn't recommend them because they can be easily influenced. That I will agree with. But don't tell me that no Jamaican born. Because Jamaica is not just from Moran Point to Negril Point. Jamaica, that's the geographical space. But Jamaicans are all over the world. Big up, Sean. Bless up, man. Most local born coaches are good theoretically. I think you're saying not practically. Case in point, Fuzzy Gale. Don't say local born, peso. That is a problem I'm having. Say local based. I wouldn't say it's not the coaches. I would say it's not just the coaches. Still, nothing Tapa was the man for the job. True, but you're right. So it's not the coaches, but it's not just the coaches. It's not just the coaches. No, Peso, you're still getting it wrong. What I'm saying to you, you're saying that Jamaican born. Tyrone Marshall is born in Jamaica. He coached in MLS. Why couldn't he coach a Jamaican team? He's born in Jamaica. Some of these guys are born in Jamaica. Andy Williams is born in Jamaica. Ricardo Fuller, Ricardo Gardner, Freddie Butler. There are a lot of past players. Lenny Taylor. These guys are born in Jamaica. Lon Donaldson, born in Jamaica. You're saying that once a person is born in Jamaica, they should not coach the team. What I am saying to you, I can understand it better if you say if the person is locally based, they shouldn't be coaching the team. So I hope you can get the difference. I think I read that. So who could want that position? Manners and love. Sir Minot, up. How the young one doing, man? Son, is he recovered and back in training? Is he back in training? How is the leg? How is the leg feeling? Has he recovered from it? And tell him that right now, Jamaica needs to hear his story, you know. So he needs to come and share his story, you know. You hear that, Ethan? Because we want you to tear up the Portugal lead this season, you know, but you need to come and talk to the people. Jamaica want to hear from you. Jamaica want to hear from you, you know, Ethan. Don't stay in hiding any longer. Hope he has recovered. Tapa gave it away when he played a new team against Panama. You need someone to stand and say, JFF, don't dictate to me. All right. Canada 1, Trinidad 0, 27 minutes. Why does Kohli have to work as an assistant first? Does that apply to others? That's my opinion. I said I would love to see him work in a senior setup first. That's my opinion. I don't have to give no reason for it. And it applies to anybody who will coach a national team. I don't, in the same way, I did not agree when Tapa left St. James High and go and coach a national team. I don't agree with it with it. In the same way, I would not give who is the most successful schoolboy coach right now. I would not give them the national team. Some have no favorite. Me tired of the unproven. That's my thing. If you believe different, you believe different. Me tired of the unproven. Want a man come prove first to me see it. That's my thing. That's right. That's the Marley girls. And better manage, better coach, and better assembled. Big up, Neo. Was the stuff helpful? Paul, who? Don't get that one. Our coaches, our team selection does not matter right now. Our federation does not foster. Exactly, Rob Simmons. That is the point I'm making. If you get Pep, let's not use Pep. Let's use or Jurgen Klopp to come and coach Jamaica. And then when he comes and he has the match in March, say the match is March the 14th, and he's seeing the players on the 12th of March, and it is on the 12th of March that they have to travel to Mexico. He gets there on the 13th only to find out that the players that he was being told about, none of them are coming. And it's a different set of players that he has never communicated with. What you think going to happen? The system need to fix. So all I'm saying is that the time we hear and we cursing the coaches and every coach, almost any coach who probably is in the situation will fail because the system itself needs to be fixed first. We have to fix it. We have to fix the selection process, the logistic process, the payment process, the unity process. If those things are not fixed, any coach you get to go mash up, it go do a disservice to them. We still don't want to get the wrong coach. We want to get a quality coach. But even a quality coach in a poor environment can look poor. Why you think when coaches go to clubs, they start root out and move out and thing, and they make certain demands. They make certain demands. You don't have any video analysts. You don't have enough masseuse for the players. You don't have equipment person. You don't have chartered flights. If those things are not fixed, we don't know why we are making this thing about local and foreign ban and blah, blah, blah nonsense. Brethren, if you take a clean person and put in a hog pen, what go happen, man? Them now will get dirty. You think the clean person can make the hog pen clean? Them will go drop in the dirt. Okay, Peso, get it now. Thank you, Chris Roman. Because some of the times, I'm trying to say, I don't think Vin, would have been much different. The players that came in last night was not available to play in. Yeah. Darren Moore, yeah, man. Coley was already an assistant. He has enough qualification to be head coach. Well, if you say so still, but we cannot see a little different. You understand me? Yes, like Klopp will get more out of less. Use Pep, he needs $1 billion. Listen, here's what I'm saying. Me, management, all right, this is where now all of us can, people, because let me get the reasoning right. For those of you who think Coley can do the job, that is fine. My thing is, me, if he takes the job, if he gets the job, I will give him my 100% support. Argument done. Me personally, if it were up to me, I would let him go through the ranks. Me, my opinion. If he gets it, I would not argue it. My opinion is this. Very simple. I'd want to see him conditioning a U20 team. And he does well with that. See how he works out everything in the context and in the environment before I give him the senior team. That's me. And I think that should apply to any coach who is coming in who has not yet coached a senior team. If Schaefer were coming, give him the senior team right away. Simo is give him the senior team right away. Because I think they have coached at that level before. That's me. If somebody says, listen, I would give him right away, me no have no problem. That's your opinion. That's all me I say, no? That's all me I say. Opinion can differ. We can't argue. We can't argue people's opinion. You understand me? Because we will get it wrong. Neo says, what does a higher license mean when the JFF do not give them enough resources or prep time? Just like the coach said. Exactly. That's what I'm saying in Neo. If you give Jurgen Klopp Jamaica team to go and play against Mexico, and he gets a pool of players. He sees players from the Premier League. He calls them and says, Mikel Antonio, Ethan Pinnock, Leon Bailey, we're going to call you. He calls them up. All right, he goes to the JFF 5 days before everything. And he says to them, we have a caller, just hold on, we just see the caller. Welcome to the show.
Good night, man.
Just hold on, let me finish this point and then we hear what you have to say, right?
Yes, okay.
And so, Klopp have those names. He comes to Jamaica and he says, these are the players I want. JFF say, all right. All right, so we are now ready to start training. Oh, we couldn't buy them ticket, So, boy, we don't know, We have some other players here and there. You want to call them cause blah, blah, blah. All right, well, we have to go play the match. I'm going to pick up some youth from here and there and there. All right, they want to know no passport. They want to know no visa. All right, we have got travel, we have to take a plane, go at the Netherlands, and then we have to go to Ethiopia, and then we have to fly back, go to Mexico. All right, so we're going to reach Mexico like the day before the match. All right, when you reach over there, the hotel, listen, the team are going to feel same way. That is the point I'm making. That no matter what coach we get in, if the system don't fix, the coach is going to suffer and the players are going to suffer. And the girls' team is an example of when you have a properly administrated thing, how people can work through adversity. Because they had the same shortcomings that the boys had. When the boys were going to Mexico, these were some of the problems that they had. The girls had those same problems. Two of their starters were unavailable, and them still pull off the win. Because they are more organized. That me I talk about. Go ahead, Carla.
Yes, man.
Right. We're not hearing you so well.
I said, your argument probably simple, but 110% right.
Okay.
What to say?
Okay, people, tell me if you're hearing the caller clearly.
You hear me?
Yeah, man, I'm hearing you now.
Yeah, I mean, I say your argument probably simple, but you're 110% right.
Yeah.
And my thing is, man, why they can't give Paul Hall a chance? He said he have some plan for Jamaica for improve the system. Why they can't give him a chance? Like even a 2 year.
Let me tell you what. You want me to tell you why? A disorganized person will not employ an organized person. Because it's only going to show up how disorganized they are.
All right, management, say you make a mistake, but look how many mistakes they make in the JFS and them nobody not moving.
Huh?
I said in the JF they make a ton load of mistake and they're still there. So, and say he made one mistake, why they can't give him a chance to improve the football in Jamaica? I was feeling Paul Hall. I think he was gonna do something special.
All right. So here's the thing, though. Here's the thing. Paul Hall took a position that he believed in, and you love that. Part of the consequence of that, is not getting the job, and you have to live with that.
Yes.
And that is what some of us, right? In other words, if I were there, and they don't pay the players, in principle, I'd say, listen, I'm not coaching the game until the players are paid. That would lead to me losing the job, but that's something I'm willing to live with, because in principle, that is how I operate. I believe a man work, I'm supposed to get him paid. And if you can't pay him, you need to tell him before him do the work and give him the choice of working for free. But don't let him believe you can pay him, and then when he work, you don't pay him. If I'm in that position, I am saying, listen, you pay the man them, I'm not a coach. I'm a walk away. In principle, that is how I operate. But I know that come with some consequences, because you try that with certain people, you have no more work, and you have to live with that.
So what you're saying? They don't believe in second chance.
No, well, I'm not saying that. All I am saying is that when you take certain positions, it comes with consequences, and you have to be man enough to say, okay, I stood up for what was right, and if you don't want to hire me, to hell with you and your job.
Yeah, well, I understand that, but look how much mistake they make. They make the mistake by not having a flight for the player to come back to Jamaica. They make a lot of mistakes in the same sense. And at the same time, they make a mistake, and nobody and then can get fired.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? In the same time, they're making mistakes by not doing the right thing. And they is still there firing people.
Yeah, but all right. It's just like you're saying, listen, Say you work at a supermarket, all right? The person who owned the supermarket say he was taking up a bottle of ketchup and he broke it. All right? You are saying that when you break the ketchup, he's supposed to give you a chance because he broke one too. It's a tough one. You understand me? Life don't really work like that, you know. The man with the handle call the shots, my brother. The point I am making is that sometimes we have to stand up for certain things. And if Paul Hall believed the right thing to do was to stand up for the players, and he took that position, he should know that it comes with certain consequences. No, if I were Paul Hall, you know, I would remain neutral. I would remain neutral.
Most coaches would stand with them players, though, man.
No, but listen, you have to listen. You know that right now, if Pep stand with the players and cuss out the people them who own the club will probably fire him.
Yeah, but they all I'm saying, they can give him a second chance. No matter how we dice around it, I think he would improve the system and bring some professionalism in it. So
and then
I they could give him a chance.
Stefan just asked a good question. Has Paul Hall rescinded his resignation?
I don't know, Pa. You the information man, you know. You will get my information from.
Yeah, but like I said, listen. If I were the GFF, given the results of the game, I said it before. I would keep Paul Hall. I would have given him the job. All right. However, if they said, listen, based on what he did, we have no confidence in him. We are going to relieve him of the coaching job and find somebody else. I can understand their position. And here's what I will say. It is in the same way when somebody goes up against them and does something like this, and they take certain actions, here is what they need to do. People need to...
All right.
So the people of power need to look at their actions.
So let me ask you a question, management. So what is the players saying? So why the players came boycott and for Paul Hall?
If what?
The players, they can demonstrate like write letter for Paul Hall to be the coach.
Anybody can do anything. Listen what I'm saying again. If I were in Paul Hall's situation, all right?
Yeah.
The arrangements are not right. Because remember, none of us know how things worked out. We're only hearing stuff. I would go to the players and say, listen, you guys are supposed to get paid. Or I don't like the flight arrangements. I totally agree with this is me. I totally agree with you standing up for what is right. I agree with your position, but I'm also an employee of the GFF. So I'm going to speak to them. I go to the GFF and I said this, listen, you need to work out things with the players. I don't like this. This is not good. And I'm in total agreement with the players. All right? If the GFF says go about your business and blah, blah, blah and thing, I'm resigning because they disrespected me, not because I am standing with the players. You follow me?
Okay.
So
yeah.
the players know that they have my 100% support. But if I'm working for the GFF, if I'm working for them, they must know that I respect them. And if I don't respect them, I'm not going to work for them. That's me. I'm not picking up for the JFF. Because this person, man, his money, are taking the JFF side tonight. No. Because he's saying Paul Hall is the best thing. I said that. All right, people, let me say it again. If I were the JFF, I would give Paul Hall the job. I said that.
Well, you didn't say anything wrong. You didn't say anything wrong.
Brethren, if my kids say, hey, daddy, hey, me don't like how mommy I carry go school, you know. Yo, we not better go to school. We not better go to school. We not go to school. We not go to school. I can say, listen, I don't like the means of transportation. Let me go and talk to your mother. Me now go, no, say, all right, I agree with your sons. And then from that, I go and say to her, I'm going to divorce you and take me them from you. No, I'm saying, you understand me? But my kids need to know. My kids need to know that I understand their position. I stand with them, and my wife also needs to know that I respect her, and I'm going to validate the kids and validate her. But here's the thing: in principle, if I don't think you're doing what is right, I am leaving. And if you want me to take the job, you have to change certain things.
Come on in, man. So all of that happened, yeah. So I'm saying, asking you.
Your call not sounding good again.
You hear me?
Yeah.
I asking you a question. Said, if the players standing with Paul Hall now.
I don't know. That's what I'm saying. Nobody knows him because there's no football.
Oh. All right. I'm here listening to the program. I just hope they give him a chance.
Yeah, man. All right then. Big up, caller.
Take care.
Yeah, man. Say and all. Call in, man. Call in and state your claim. Call in and state your claim. Listen, you cannot make it if the Arsenal player that decided they're not going to play no football, and Mikel Arteta goes to Stan Kroenke and say, I am resigning because I do this. And out of integrity, I don't know if you know hear a man in this man say, Sion, that's why you're calling, because you look like you try to create something in your own head. Listen keenly. In life, you as an individual must know that when you take certain position, it comes with certain consequences. So Paul Hall must have known when he took that decision, it came with consequences. And he is willing to live with it. That is the point. Whether we want him to coach or not, the man has taken a decision. He has taken a moral decision to stand for what he believes in. It comes with consequences. Simple as that. If I were in the position, I'd have leveraged it differently. Simple as that. Simple as that. So, let me give you a sign. If you are a supervisor, you're a supervisor at a company, right? You're a supervisor. So they leave you in charge of 10 members of staff. You personally have no issues with management. The staff have issue with management. The staff comes to you and say, listen, we don't like the bus that they're taking us to and from work in. We want a new bus. And if we don't get a new bus, we're not coming to no work. And you write a letter to say, I am with you, I am resigning the job too. What I am saying, in a case like that, probably your best action is to go and engage the manager and say, listen, I've just heard from the staff and here is what they are saying. Now I stand with them. They need better working condition. We need to get a better bus to pick them up and bring them to and from work. What are you going to do with it or do about it? Simple. If they say, listen, make them turn with them there, that we are giving them if that them want. No, this is when I tender my resignation. Because in principle, you can't put me in a place to supervise. And then you are making decisions that I don't agree with. So in principle, I'm not resigning because I stand with the players. I'm resigning because you put me in a position that the people that I am supposed to care for, you are making decisions that affect them outside of me. Me no know, like, come on. I saw the levels, we can't understand that. Somebody need to explain it to me who not understand it. Because if you not understand that still, somebody need to come on and explain it for me. Because right now, as it stands, Mr. Williams is, Jermaine Mills is asking if, all right, I'm dropping the link, people. All right. Well, then we have a call as well. Don't hang up in a call. Man. Who is this man called Stefan in the building?
Yeah, man, morning. What's up, man?
Yeah, tell me if you understand what I am saying, and then, you know.
Yeah, man. So that's what I'm saying. So this is what I think, right? So whatever took place in Suriname,
yes,
right? It was enough for Paul Hall to resign, right? Whatever took place, it was enough for him to resign.
Yeah.
Right. So, and subsequent to that, have we heard where he retracted his resignation?
That's a good question, you know.
Right. I remember, you know. So when he was pressed in the press conference to answer the question in terms of his resignation, he stated that he took that position because of in solidarity, in standing in solidarity with the players.
Yeah.
Right? That's what he said, you know.
Yep.
All right. So obviously, whatever the situation was, he made the decision to resign.
Yeah, a good point. And so, unless he said he wants back the job?
So that's exactly what I'm saying. Have we heard that he's retracting his resignation? Right. As far as I'm concerned, whatever that took place, it was enough for him to say, look here, I don't want any part of it. I'm resigning.
Yeah, good point. Good point.
So that's what I'm thinking. So I'm saying to myself that, look, Paul Hall had resigned from that point. So either way, the GFF would have to find a new coach.
Yeah, and I mean, like, which is right. Do I have a problem if they said, listen, reconsider, and we are going to make the changes? Yeah, because Paul Hall, they may want to keep the same things in place, and Paul Hall may say, listen, I am not staying under these conditions. Under these conditions,
exactly. Right, exactly. And we saw how hard it was, or how difficult it was for the players to get what they wanted, which was Dalton went out.
There you go.
Right. So that's what I think. Right. So either way, I because we haven't heard where he retracted his resignation. Right. When he was pressed in terms of answering the question, he made it clear.
Okay. Somebody said Conrad is saying that Ryan LFC said that Paul Hall said he wants back the job.
Well, I didn't hear that, you know. That's why I'm asking the question. Yeah. Have you heard that? I didn't hear that. Right. I didn't hear that.
Yeah. But that's a good point.
You know?
I mean, has he rescinded the resignation and want back the job?
Exactly.
Right?
That's a question. That's a question I would be asking.
Yeah. But the point I'm making, though, is that sometimes you take certain positions. You have to live with the consequences.
Yes, and sometimes you know what the consequences are, but whatever it is that if it is that you believe in something strongly, you're going to take that decision and live with that consequence. Because
Okay.
remember, he stated that look here, he definitely want to coach a national team.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. We have Kyle.
So
We have Kyle who has joined the stream as well, and people are asking me to call Ryan. So you want to stay and hear what Kyle has to say, or you're going to go back in the comment section, or you have anything else you want to add?
now I'm chipping in the comment sections, man. But I mean, keep up the good work, man.
Yeah, man. All right. Bless up, Stefan. Respect, man.
Yeah, man. Cool.
Yeah, man. All right, Kyle, are you here?
Yes, sir. I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yeah, man. We're hearing you loud and clear.
Yeah, good. Yeah, I mean, as far as I'm concerned, Paul Hall resignation is basically mute because that incident happened in Suriname. And after that incident, he was basically given a contract to qualify the boys for the World Cup. So, he submitted his resignation. So the question should be on the GFF, did they accept it? Because he went forward and he qualified the boys to the Gold Cup. So, that point is mute. I mean, that's on the GFF right now. He was working after that.
Right, because he said, all right, so the initial resignation was
in Suriname.
But it came at the end of the last game. That was when it was what do you call it? Right. So though he did it in Suriname,
right,
it became valid at the end of the Mexico game.
Okay, so I mean, like I said, there's too much cloud over that resignation because the whole issue has to do with legality. Was it
made effect? Sorry, it was made effect. Thank you, Stefan. The word just slipped me. It was made effect.
Right. What?
Yeah.
The whole issue has to do with legality. Was it in writing?
Yes, it was in writing.
It was in writing?
Yes.
Oh, well, that is news to me. I thought it was a verbal thing.
And this is where, Stefan, because what I heard is that there were 3 meetings when they basically begged him to take it back. So it does mean that they want him. And that is what I'm saying. If I were the GFF, I would keep him on.
Right.
Because the fact that the president came out and said on 3 occasions, he asked him to basically rescind it and sing.
Right.
So it does mean that you believe in the coach and you want the coach. So why not just swallow your pride and employ the man? But Paul Hall, I think Paul Hall knew that when I take this position, it comes with consequences. And I think he's saying that, listen, I am willing to live with whatever consequences.
But man is man, that's the culture in England, What I put up right there, that's from the 1950s. That was Liverpool's greatest coach. And he basically went through the same issues what Paul Hall is going through. And coaches go through that right now in England. And basically, that's how they run successful clubs in England. Quote, note the word successful. That's how Liverpool is run.
Yeah.
Manchester United now is a basket case. And that's why their club is in trouble. Because the directors want to get involved in football matters. Okay, so when Paul Hall did what he did, that's what professional coaches do. Just write the check, state up how I want to run this football, and let's see where we can go from there. Let the results speak for themselves. But as far as I'm concerned, Paul Hall has qualified his team to the Gold Cup. He has met his targets, and if they beg them to stay, basically it's up to him to basically say yes or no.
Yeah. You know what I think, Kyle, and I've said this from the beginning, that Paul Hall should have been given the job and he's given up to the Gold Cup to measure him. And based on what you see, you can determine if he should continue as coach or be relieved of the job, because that would now give you enough time to get a new coach and prepare for the World Cup campaign that would start in the winter. Because people don't realize that the first stage of World Cup qualifying starts in the winter of 2023.
I can live with that.
So my suggestion was just take him on, give him up to the end of the Gold Cup, then meet and see if has he done everything. Does he, like some people are challenged by this. I don't know. Is the 16-17 Paul Hall's idea? Is this his philosophy of going about his coaching job? Is the GFF in agree? I certainly don't think we should have any 16-17 ratio. We should have 23 of the best players.
Listen, my position with Paul Hall is this. We have to give him the room to implement his system. That's how we're going to judge him. And then we can say whether he fails or he succeeds. Give him that room. Whether we want to believe in 16-7 or 16-20 or 16-31, it's his system. Leave him alone. If he wants to pick Tom, Dick, and Harry, and we don't like it, give him that length of rope. Let him hang himself or let him climb that length of rope upward. But we have to give him chance to implement his system, and we have to support him. Personally, so far, I am pleased with what I'm seeing, and I'll just tell you why. And it's simple. He has done what other coaches in the past, and I won't call no names, has done in 1 year what they have been trying to do in 5 years or 10 years, which is basically implement a midfield. Jamaica has a midfield. The builder that the other coach rejected, which is Ravel Morrison, look how he's shining.
I wouldn't say we have a midfield. We have a midfielder.
Well, it is well. Like I tell you, though, man, just forgive him time. Give him time to build that system. Because listen, he's still building his team. That team is nowhere near complete. So give him time to build his team. Between now and the Gold Cup, we should see a decent midfield.
But Kyle, at the core of the matter, is what I have been saying. To be fair, let's look at it, Kyle. If Paul Hall is a professional, and if all that we are hearing about the GFF is true, don't you think he's going to have some demands?
Of course.
All right. And if those demands are not met, he may really want to walk away.
You can't blame him.
Exactly. That's the point I'm making, because the truth is, Kyle, if the best coaches get a team that you don't know who is going to be in it, at the end of the day, it's about what ticket can be afforded, who is available. Next thing you know, who have passport, all of these things.
But not only that, he went through it as a player. So he knows exactly the type of madness that he has to deal with. And he's coming from a system where he's used to professionalism. I mean, when you listen to his press conference, you can tell that this man is a no-nonsense man and he speaks his mind. Right? So, like I said on Coach's desk, this man is going to rally everybody behind him to implement his program. And we just have to follow him if they give him the job, which I hope they do. If the JFF doesn't do it, I'm just going to say, woe be unto them. Because the Jamaican public, from what I can gather, has slowly come around to Paul Hall. That's how I see it.
Yeah, but like I said, that if I were in the JFF position, the fact that this man was even working without pay, came to Jamaica without pay, because he still has not been paid. I don't know if they have done it yet. But the fact that you have somebody, because, I mean, you had to pay up Shafe. I don't know that they can even afford anybody else. Why wouldn't you try to work out things and then say, listen, and we didn't like what you did, We understand what you believe, but how you went about it. Have that this is the issue of we need to have those kind of conversations.
But Mannings, my question to you is this: if they get somebody else, how do they know that they might not go into the same situation as Paul Hall? The only type of coach that will accept something like that is our local coaches who just need the money.
You believe in conspiracy theories?
I don't believe in them, but I like to hear them.
All right. So, like, people, I have a conspiracy theory. I get the feeling like if we can't afford a coach, which I don't think we can, there are persons who are going to resist Paul Hall because they are upgrading their license and think that they can coach the team. That's my maybe listen, and every time I hear about the Paul Hall issue, I'm beginning to wonder if there is a move to increase the level of qualification with the hope of taking on and use the argument that we couldn't afford anybody.
Let me.
I hope I'm wrong, but that's my conspiracy theory, people.
Listen, that sounds reasonable, given what we know from this JFF. But I think the JFF is miscalculating big time on this one. And let me tell you why. They fail to see that the fans, the supporters, the country and the diaspora is basically at their wits' end. And there's another variable there, and that is the players. I'm not too sure that those who I just spoke on is going to be too pleased with going forward after this whole Suriname Paul Hall incident. I just think that people are fed up right now because what I saw with the SDF was an indication of what is coming. Because I don't believe that corporate Jamaica is behind them. I don't believe the public is behind the JFF. And I don't believe they have any support, literally, whether local or overseas, that's behind them. And I believe it's coming to a head. I really do. And I can give the JFF credit in one thing. They have galvanized everybody, supporters, to basically agitate, against them. They have given us a voice, basically. And it's only going to get louder and louder. That's what I see.
Yeah, man. All right, big up Data Boss with the super sticker, super chat, and Leon Minot, and also to you, Kyle. But let me say this, Kyle. So here's my thing. Like I said, I think the JFF should give Paul Hall the job. All right,
100%.
And then again, we come back. I also think, and this is me, I also think that we need to get, and I know Pesa is not going to like this, we need a new technical director of football with the highest level qualification in Europe, and who has a mandate of getting our coaches European qualification, and they have a mandate to fix our grassroots football. And then Mr. Wendell Downswell can still operate as part of the technical committee. I think that is part of the change we need. Somebody who is even above Paul Hall in terms of qualification. Because here's the thing, you have a technical director, and if I have a UEFA A license and you have a CONCACAF B license, and you are the technical director, like you understand? It's just like it's just like the supervisor have a PhD in business accounting and management, and the manager has a high school diploma and got grade 3 in principles of business.
Yeah, it doesn't make
and
sense.
3 in accounting.
Yeah, but it's what you are suggesting basically means you need a whole new JFF. Simple as that, because you need a administration that's willing to put in that structure. GFF cannot do that. So thank you for your wishful thinking, but that's not going to happen.
You really don't think that is possible?
Now, come on, not with this GFF. Come on, seriously, not with this GFF. I mean, listen, these guys can't do common sense things, you know. These guys do things backwards, and then to make it worse, they spit in your face and tell you that, listen, you know, and I'm going to tell you that the rain is falling. I mean, look what they told you, that Dookie has a B license. Dookie has an A license. But yeah, come on, it don't make no sense.
And he had to do the B license, don't you?
No, that goes back to exactly what you said. It's like the man have a PhD and he has to go back and do a high school diploma to be qualified. I mean, this is the garbage that they're telling you. Now, how can they tell you that with a straight face? It speaks to what they think about us, that we're ignorant and we're stupid.
Listen, you see this coaching thing, I don't even get to it yet, you know, because I know that if I tell the people what the cost for the coaching courses are going to be, they're going to throw stones at the GFF. So I can't even tell them tonight. I have to tell them in the morning, so they have a long day to process it.
Let me ask you a question though about this coaching thing in Trinidad. You know,
yeah,
is it certified? I mean, is it reputable? Or is it a scamming thing? Because
no,
I'm serious, bro.
No, I can't go there. I can't go there, Kyle.
Well, that's why I'm asking. I'm asking for the public, because the JFF is not telling us nothing.
All right, but it is a Trinidad and Tobago Football Association A license, and what I heard today from persons there is that what they are hoping is that CONCACAF will allow territories to have their own B, D, C, B, and A license. You do it in your own territory. So it says Jamaica A license or TNT B license or A license. You can use it across CONCACAF. I find that hard. To deal with because I don't think the USA will accept that in their MLS. I don't think like Mexico. You understand me? I just understand what they are saying, but I don't think it's going to work. But you want to know what it's going to cost for coaches to do the B license when you want to do. But I have Norton online, Kyle. So let me hear from Norton.
All right, let me step off.
Okay. No. Yeah, you can hold on. All right, then not a problem. But you can hold on if you want, and then Norton, you can go, Norton.
Right, go on.
All right, my name's man. You pull me tongue, you know. You pull me tongue tonight. So let me tell you something. Mr. Ricketts likes Paul Hall, right? But Mr. Ricketts is not like Horace Burrell, who I like you, and this is what is going to happen. There are other forces in the JFF who claim that they felt disrespected by what Paul Hall did. So the JFF is an organization who love friends. And what Paul Hall did upset the status quo. Mr. Ricketts may like Paul Hall, but Mr. Ricketts can control the JFF. Like how some strong, Mr. Ricketts is not a strong leader. So Mr. Ricketts have to bend to the pressures of the hierarchy of the JFF that he can't control. No.
So should he be leading it then?
Mr. Ricketts,
I'm just asking.
No, repeat. I'm sorry.
I'm saying that if he cannot control the organization, should he be leading the organization?
No, but it's obvious that Mr. Ricketts is not the power of the JFF. There are other forces who undermine his authority, or he not really have no authority. You understand? It's unfortunate. But also what went down in Suriname is more than what you're talking about tonight, because Dalton Wintz Dalton Witt didn't come across as a respectful person during this Suriname trip, and that is why the players also felt disrespected. And Paul Hall, you know what? There's more to it than what came out regarding how Dalton Witt addressed the whole situation in Suriname, which pushed Paul Hall to write his resignation letter. There's a lot of things that went down after. I mean, based on what happened, even right now, Dalton Witt is still the Dalton Witt resigned yet, Manningsman. He may resign yet, you know. There's still negotiation taking place in order to get him out. And I think getting him out didn't go too well with everybody either. Even right now, some people in the JFF still want Tupper. You understand? So people in the JFF still want Dalton Witt. You understand? And Paul Hall being removed or not being accepted is more than just a letter or more than just standing with the players. The friendship circle has been broken, and Paul Hall had a hand in it. There's more to it than that, you know, Manningsman. It's not as simple as 1, 2, 3. You get our friend out. You have to pay. There's consequences to it, and there's some things in life that will never be known. You're not gonna know the whole story. Wait till call Ryan. Call Ryan and wake him up out of bed and tell him to give you some information because him have it.
No man,
no,
listen. When I get in information, it has to be information that can be proven. I can't.
I know.
One thing I've learned.
No, but
one thing. All I'm saying, you know, is that one thing I have learned is that communication is like Chinese telephone. You know Chinese telephone?
Yeah.
All right.
but the reason why we call it about this one is because you're saying that if it was you, but let me tell you something. When somebody disrespect you on your program, you know, you change color. And Paul Hall changed color.
What color I changed to?
You change to a chameleon, man. Chameleon change color to this, to that, to that. And then tomorrow, when you think about it, you may change your color again.
Okay.
But at the moment when Paul Hall wrote his letter, it was more than just standing with the boys. Things went down in that session that made Paul Hall change color. You understand? And up to now, there's a lot more than what you heard.
Okay.
And there's not much after some people, when people talk to you or address your charges, it is in that moment you're not thinking about what right now. You're assessing the whole situation because you're looking, hindsight is 2020. But in the moment when you're being addressed in a certain way, I've seen you change color big time.
Well, Carla, what I'm saying though is that what you are saying, it may be true, but until I can prove that other things were said and done, I have to work with what.
All right, call Ryan and bring Ryan out of retirement and make him.
No man, Ryan trust me, Ryan is in his bed, and Ryan, I don't know what Ryan has said. All right, but I think we have the same information.
Yeah, right? but the situation is not like how you know that you can relate to.
I am sent to your call. You know that Mr. Wint was not there though.
No, but he influenced the whole.
But you know that he was not in Suriname. You know he was not in Suriname.
Yeah, man, I know, but it's more than just the travel situation, man. There's more to it than that.
All right.
You understand?
But okay. All right then, Arthur.
Yeah, man. Have a
All right.
good night, man. May I listen to your program still? I'm tuning in.
Yeah, man. All right. Blessings. All right.
All right, cool.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, Kyle, still here? Kyle.
Oh, yeah, man. Right here, listening.
Yeah, yeah. All right. So that is my thing. Like sometimes you stand for certain things, and guess what? Bam, that happened. I think Neo here is saying that. Let's remember this coaching thing is a CONCACAF slash FIFA mandate thing. It's not a JFF innovation. Talking about the coaching thing. And said people in Jamaica used to sit exam called JSC, Jamaica School Certification. They were not worth the paper. The papers they were printed on sounds like this TNT licensing. All right. But like I said, people, here's my position. And I think I said it earlier that, and I keep on saying this. We need a technical director, right? Kyle, who is have the highest level, a UEFA Pro license. He is the technical director. He has a technical committee, and that technical committee has 4 persons. One for the Eastern Conference, Western Conference, South Central, and CONCACAF. So those 4 persons, they live or work in those confederations and report to the technical director. This is where now the development of young talent coming up through the system. All right? This technical director must have access to and information about Jamaicans overseas. That means he may have people as part of his diaspora technical committee in England and in the United States. And monthly they meet, maybe by Zoom or those things, to discuss their findings on players and what they are doing. Until we begin to get to those places. And then the coach comes in some of those meetings as well, the head coach. But this idea, for example, that Wendell Downswell is a technical director, I don't know, because I don't feel the effect of it. And Wendell Downswell is somebody that I always tell people I have a lot of respect for, because it's somebody who, in terms of my own development as a footballer, he did a lot of work, a lot of respect. I've seen him play as a player, as a coach. He has had success with youth teams. So this is not trying to be rude or disrespectful. All I'm saying is that in the last 6 years, I can't put my hand on anything to say, wow, look at this, and this is because of the technical director. I would like somebody to tell me one thing that you have seen in Jamaica's football in the last 6 years that you can point to the effective work of the technical director.
Well, Wendell Downswell isn't qualified in the didactic of, being an A licensed coach or a technical director. So he shouldn't be there, period. But do you know that the USSF A license is equivalent to a UEFA A license?
Yeah, man. Because when I had Dana Van Duke in the program, he spoke about that.
Right, good. Right. So,
yeah.
I mean, I would be comfortable in also getting somebody from the US or even Canada, but the most important thing is to have experience. But
I'm saying, do you know that Lenny Taylor, Lenny Taylor, a Jamaican, he qualifies coaches he did the first coaching licensing in the history of American coaching licensing.
I know, but I had a list of about 10 coaches on the Reggae Boys forum of Jamaicans who had the A license and who were basically coaching and teaching. But the thing though is, to go back to what you're saying, Paul Hall, I mean, have you guys tried to reach out to Paul Hall to interview him, to ask him all these questions? Like,
yeah, man. I mean, I've tried numerous times.
Because that would be a question that should be put forth to him, if he sees Jamaica setting up a system like that.
But yes, part of the issue is that there are people in the system that will.
That's what I was going to say.
Yeah.
Because for him to verbalize on setting up a system like that, Just speaking about it, he'll be stepping on people's toes. Because basically, if he says that, he be telling Donzel that you have to go.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So he's between a rock and a hard place. Some things he wants to do, and some things he can't speak on. So he has to really watch his words and move, carefully. But I believe listening to him talk, that's already in his in his program, as on his on to do list or soon to do list. But the JFF is about to blow that up, put us back 10 more years. And then where do we go from there?
I think the JFF should take what has happened with the reggae girls as an example. Like sometimes the best thing to do is to take a hands-off approach. You put it in somebody's hand and you trust them to lead it.
But you see, man, that's what kills me. Because if you can't learn from the success of the reggae girls, if you can't see what you can get out of it, then something is wrong with you. Here you have a successful international global brand that's basically putting you and Jamaica on the map. And you don't want to know the blueprint as to how this is done. So that tells me that this GFF is obsolete. I mean, it doesn't make no sense to even try and reason with them.
Yeah. But until I think we get there, like I said, first thing we need to do, we need to fix things from the top.
Yeah.
All right. Well, what are the changeable things? If the JFF are wise, they will take the simple suggestion. You have Wendell Downswell. You send him to Western Jamaica. That's where he's from. He's responsible for technical development in Hanover, St. James, St. Elizabeth, and Westmoreland. You find the next person who takes Manchester, Clarendon, St. Catherine. Right, that's two. You have a next one who has Trelawney, St. Anne, St. Mary, Portland. One that deals with St. Thomas, Kingston, and St. Andrew. Those are your technical committee people responsible for those parishes. You get a UEFA pro license coach to be the technical director, and he has these other persons who work with him. He sets the mandate from grassroots. In other words, we're talking about what we're doing from 7-year-old. Every parish up to 15, everybody learning the same thing in Jamaica. No matter what, up to 15. After that, people can begin to implement their own ideas. But up to 15, everybody learns the same thing. We all play the same system. We play, for example, we all going to play 4-3-3. That's the formation. But you can use fast players, slow players, low block, all of those things. All the defensive principles are taught by these people, and you have to measure it. For coaches to be in the system, they have to learn this so they can teach it, right? This is how. You also now have people outside of Jamaica working. People, let me give you an example, people. Now, we are in a dilemma, because the under-15 team who's supposed to go and play in the tournament in Orlando, right now, here's what is happening. They cannot get the documentation right now for the kids in Jamaica to go to the tournament. They are trying to find Jamaicans in Orlando in that era who can represent Jamaica at this tournament, because if you don't turn up, you're going to be fined. Remember, we had an under-15 tournament that we had to pay how much thousands US dollars worth of fine. Here's the issue you have. This is so impromptu that normally, if you have a 12-year-old, who born in the States, you don't necessarily go and get a Jamaican passport for them, So at the younger age, it's hard to find kids born in the United States with Jamaican passports. It's harder. You'll find teenagers and upwards, like 18, 19, because they are probably not planning on coming back and getting to know family. Now, if we had the system that I talk about in place, you would have had people already in the diaspora who would have been tracking some of these kids. So if you need an under 15 group of players, you would have all of that would have been in place.
I agree, my friend. I agree. But let me just make a correction though. You can go to Brooklyn and scoop up 15 under 15 youths.
Jamaican girls.
Jamaican boys.
No,
and
girls.
girls.
No, man, it's under 15 girls.
Oh,
Girls.
girl. Yeah. Well, to be honest, the soccer industry in New York, is a club thing. Like they have these little clubs all over the place where people have to pay to basically play. Which basically leaves a lot of the minority kids out. But what you see happening though is that you have a lot of Jamaican clubs that's getting into it. So if we wanted to feel the under 15 team in New York, we could do it. But the problem is the tournament is in Florida, so the JFF is going to lose on that one. But I mean, it all come back to organization. I mean, this organization just needs to fall on its sword. This is how I feel personally.
All right, so there you go. You remember I was saying that if the organization is not fixed, the
Right.
coaches are going to suffer. Say they find the 15 girls, or they find 20 girls, and they take Tashana Vincent, who is the coach, and Alicia James, and they send these two young ladies to prepare these 20 kids for a tournament 2 weeks from now. The team fails. Who do you blame?
It's going to fail. Period.
But who do you blame? Are you going to do we know? We try to say, well, the coach done good. Why she never put on this one? Why?
Right.
That's what we do. Is it really the coach?
That's exactly what's going to happen. Everybody's going to point fingers at everybody except who the crown, who is wearing the crown, which is the GFF. Because if you can go through what we went through the last time with these under 20 boys, I mean, come on, it's going to fail. It is going to fail, and like I keep telling people, this is my opinion again. This thing have to bottom out, and this is where we are right now. I don't see this thing turning out pretty no time soon. People are staying away from them, whether they are professionals, coaches, and I expect players to start doing the same. Because this GFF is too much smoke. You know what I mean? They're in trouble with the money, with the SDF money. They have issues with Paul Hall. They have issues with players' salary. There's too much smoke. They have people basically getting upset now and start demonstrating. No, I don't see it carrying on too much longer. I really don't.
Yeah. Yep. And listen, I'd love to know, and I think first responder is asking the question, what does the technical director do? Peso, tell me, Peso would be more familiar with this. Peso, tell me something that you have seen that you can say to the Jamaican football in public. Listen, this has happened in the last 6 years, and it is because of the work of the technical director.
And how many people is on that technical director board? Is it just Donzel alone?
But you see why my suggestion is important.
Right.
That there should be technical directors in the different confederations. Because, I mean, just imagine the United States has one technical director
that
is responsible to tracking everybody, check every coaching program. It cannot work. It has to be a committee of people who meet regularly.
I mean, like I tell you, my friend, this change have to start from the top. These guys that don't have the money, number one, to implement what you suggested. You know, so I
But you don't take. All right, big up John Spence. Thanks for the comment. It all comes down to the Jeff Kyle. All right, I always tell people, listen. I always tell the story, right? I normally go to this conference, and a comedian Michael is a Christian comedian in the prayer room. He shared the story about he and his friend, the neighbor lost their dog, right? So they lost the dog and they found they found the dog. The man had a thing like he said, the dog. He would give $100 for anyone who found the dog. All right. So the dog name was Money. So they found the dog, collected the money. All right. And then they took the dog again and then gave the dog to somebody else and made some more money. All right. Don't want to get into all of the other details, just cutting it short. But the key point is that at the end of the story, he said it takes money to make money. This idea that we have no money, so we can't do. 0 times anything is 0. Let me say it again. Anything you multiply 0 by, you get 0. Therefore, you have to find a way to do things, even if you don't have enough money. Because if you have no money, you can't move. Because 0 times 0 or 0 times a million, 0 times 10 million is still a 0.
That's a good point.
You have, in other words, don't tell me you don't have money. So, all right, I don't have any money. Mr. Donzel, where do you live? You have a house in Westmoreland, stay down there. Start working down there. All right, let's find somebody who live over in, do that. All right, we don't have any money, so you can't travel into Kingston. We're going to have some Zoom meeting because that is more inexpensive. We begin to show people those things. Here is what we are doing. We are using what we have. People will come on board. You know what we like to see? You have some youngsters, right? You have some adults who stand on the road and they beg every day. You have some youngsters who walk around and they sell like what they call little Bobby chocolates or some little biscuits, right? I don't really need it. But the fact that they are doing something makes me more inclined to buy from them. I don't need the item as a means of supporting them than to give to the person who I know can be doing something and sit down every day begging.
Yeah, but not only that, Manning, there's something called volunteerism where people will volunteer just out of the love.
There you go.
You know what I mean? So that's another point, because I'm pretty sure that if they set up the system like you said, that you could find 3 well-intentioned coaches who say, listen, I will be the man in Westmoreland, I'll be the man in Clarendon, and I'll be the man in St. Thomas, and you can be the director. Just give me the knowledge or just help me to get a license and I'll do it for free. You know what I'm saying? So
there's so many things. Do incentive-based
right,
pay. Listen,
right.
Listen.
That's a good point, man.
Listen, if we reach the semifinal of any tournament, this is what the earnings are. All right? So we're going to sign in the contract. If you take this job and we get to the semifinal of the Gold Cup, we sign in your contract that you get a 10% of the winning. Would you take? So there are ways to do things.
Incentivize it.
There you go. So this, we don't have any money. We don't have any money. We don't have any money. Listen, I run a team, Kyle. I run a team, right? Mm-hmm. And you know what I tell people when I when I seek sponsorship, I don't tell them, listen, I'm not begging you money because we don't need to beg you any money. We have a well-oiled machine. And I show them, I say, look at this. We have igloos and jerseys. Look at our players are attired. We have training session. Look at our training session. Everybody in bib. On a Monday, we have 1 set of gears. On a Tuesday, we are just in the Division 1. But look here, on Monday, every player is attired one way. Tuesday, Wednesday, we run a professional thing. Listen, you want to attach your brand to something like this. I am giving you an opportunity to make money. Because I know this. The people who have money want to make money. They don't want to lose money. The marketing philosophy within the football at the JFF need to change. From begging money to getting people to believe that they can make money.
I mean, when you have an organization that's basically giving away its trademark, which to me is madness. And it really, as a Jamaican who lives in New York, it really bothers me because Brand Jamaica, I was reading an article. Brand Jamaica is worth what? US $30 billion worldwide. And they're losing $20 billion. Just imagine how much money they can make off the Reggae Boys trademark. That's, I don't know if people understand it now. That's like giving away your financial birthright, your ability to earn money.
But we don't have to go so far, all right? We had a JPL game. Mm-hmm. The JPL game had one of the hottest artists performing at halftime. Became a big thing. Big show. At halftime, the sponsors had people juggling the football and winning prizes. All right? Jamaicans were absent from the national stadium for so many years. And you know that there was no halftime entertainment? None at all. Like, this is the thing, right? Even the match, it could have been so marketed, and I keep on saying this. If the people in the JFF thought about it, these players could have trained in St. Anne, engaged people in the parish as a means of getting them to the game. All of these things because the players were around for quite a while. They had players like Kaheem Paris. You do courtesy calls to places and you get the businesses to sponsor tickets and you go to, like those things could have been done.
Yeah, but to be honest, I mean, right now, all that marketing issue, I think people are waiting. That means corporate Jamaica, is waiting to see what happens in the next election before they even think about touching this JFF again. I believe that their name is so damaged that nobody wants to be around them or near them. They're that risk averse that people are saying, nah, don't even come to me. That's how I see it. Anyway, Mannings, listen, man, I'm gone. I'm going to jump off and watch the program.
Yeah, man. All right, Kyle. We're going to finish up in around 11 minutes. So thanks for coming on, man. Respect.
Yeah, always good listening to your program.
Yeah, man. Blessing.
Keep it up.
Canada 5, Trinidad and Tobago 0. Right? So people, I'm saying that, listen. All right, people. There's a porous corner league. Jam pack. There is in St. Anne, they have Sharkies. They have a night, a football competition on the beach. When I say jam pack, you'd think like this is back in the day reggae sound splash sting kind of crowd. So people still want to follow football. There's money to be made. See, if I were the JFF coming out of the pandemic, you know what I'll be doing? To just raise money, get people engaged, put on all some futsal competition. Get some people say, listen, we are giving you a franchise. Flow, Digicel, NCB, BNS, we're giving you a franchise. You can run in your parking lots a JFF serious side competition. And then the top 4, those things are happening. I'm saying that there are things that can be done. So when the sponsors start doing that now, you give them those things. What happened is that now you can go to them and approach them. These are things that can be done. Things that can be done. Where are those things? Simple things. I look at serious side. You understand me? You say to your parish presidents, listen, bring a top corner league. We have a corner league knockout competition. The 14 parishes, anywhere corner league. Who is the top corner league side? Let them register. Run it and call it the corner league knockout and put somebody brand on it. So when you're ready, you can go back to them and say, remember, we gave you the corner league thing. You see many people from that corner join your institution and all of those things. There is a way to still generate from the sport. Those things are because people are still going out to watch the games. People, we have 8 minutes to go. There you go, sir. There you go. People, you have to use what is in your hand. The good Bible said that. Yeah, when time Moses said, me can't talk, me can't this. What am I going to do this? What am I going to do? What is in your hand? Use what you have until you get what you want. Use what you have until you get what you want. Use what you have until you get what you want. Call the parish president. Go to the Ministry of National Security and say, listen, we have a plan. We have a plan to stem some of these communities. We say, right now, where? St. Catherine North or wherever have the most crime. All right, listen, give with Spanish Town Prison Oval. We are going to run a night competition over there. And we're going to put a police team in there or something. Come on, man. SOE there in a place is all them thing there. Make the Ministry of National Security see them can talk to one of them international organizations to get some funding. And when that happen, you understand me? The JF, you benefit from those things. So there are ways. I see like big companies like all Sagicor, the Sagicor run. Much money them are raise. Hey, Sagicor, listen, you're part of our brand, you know. The JFF want to be a part of it. How can we be a part of it? Listen, when you have that big run and everything comes to an end, then you're going to have the big concert. Listen, here's what we are going to do. We are going to get some of the top names in Jamaica's past football to play a little game and give them an award because you're one of our brand sponsors. Come on board. Those are the things. Use what you have until you get what you want. There are many things out there can be done. How a man play a corner league? Man play a corner league, a man get all sponsor. So till all corner league, I give away all $200,000 for first place. Corner league, people. Corner league. The man saying just right let and go this and this and that and him get whole heap of water and him get corner league. Come on, man. Big up Gunners boss in the building. Big up Gunners boss. Man from Porous. Hey, people are tuning in now. Hold on there. Gunners boss. I true, you know that we're going to end the stream here, man, because right now 52 likes on the video. I don't understand, boy. You know, people them now like up the video. I don't understand. 52, let me make sure. 58. Come on, people, get it up to 100. Get it up to 100. We have enough people to get it to 100. Brian, man, what go on, man? Where you there whole evening, brother? Dan Frasser. Bless up, yeah, man. Every day this brother come inside the group, him talk about Harry Maguire to Arsenal. Will Chamberlain, Bo Jackson, Deion Sanders, who is the greatest athletes of all three? Now Usain Bolt, man. Usain Bolt, man. You talk about Will Chamberlain. Usain Bolt. Yeah. Rob says you can pack a Connor League game because people have vested interest in those teams. Jamaica don't even know the players on our national team. Players and the GFF have to find a way to connect with fans. True, Rob Smith. That's what I'm saying. That like people like you could have taken the players could have gone into different areas and trained. You do courtesy call. Say for example, you're going to St. Mary. You visit one of the institution or one of the banks or one of the and say, listen, we are coming to pay a courtesy call. We're going to spend half an hour there because we have training, right? So we can autograph stuff and you bring the players there. Now that company says, listen, all right, we will buy 50 tickets for our customers or 20. Come on, no, man. Easy thing like that, man. Some of them things. Right. Hey, you know what? Somebody for working in marketing, JFF, they're giving us 6 months. Free. You don't have to pay me. 6 months. Volunteer me time to give some ideas. 6 months. Volunteer. Not even stipend. I tell you, 6 months. Talk to me. I can't say me never offer fail. Serious thing. The serious as a judge. I mean, say, what this? Causing them just run up with pressure through what they say. They should come together and build a foundation to modernize Jamaica football. That's a good idea, yeah. Listen, people, right here now, you know. If I was in charge of marketing, would have diaspora football conference and say, how can we make you more engaged in it? How can we? All right, so we're going to do packages for you. All right, we're going to talk to Southwest Airline as an example. So you see the game that we have, we're going to see if Southwest can all bring you into Norman. All of you from New York, we want to bring you down. Listen, you travel with Southwest, one price. We're going to work out something with the hotel that the team stay, so you guys can get rooms there. And we work out the whole package for you. All them things, they come on, man. Jeez and peace, man. Come on, man. So much money to make. They don't know. People, we're going. We have a call coming in. Pioneer have to move fast enough because the show about to finish.
Yeah, man, I just couple minutes more and spend it there on the show, you know? I'll make you understand. So, mornings, man. You're talking about marketing, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Well,
there's a feedback. There's a feedback.
All right, hold on. Let me turn off this thing. Hold on. Give me a sec. Yeah. I'm good now?
Yeah, man. We're good now. Yeah.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. You see, JFF have to make the thing more than just about football. You have to make a football and entertainment. You have to do more things than just to drive football now. Bring out the people, make it into more a family atmosphere. Like how you see, that need to set before the game some things that go on in and in, not on the field, you know, but around, you know, things to some kids and some little things, other little things. Like how you say, even the NBA, you have to copy from some other people, you know, because sports is a copycat thing, you know, all leagues are copycat league, you know. But we now do not more than just go up a stadium go play football.
Yeah. Listen.
When half time comes in one time, back in have some man up at stadium, them juggle the ball and some man do some little things and even one clown up the one junk on one.
Piney, it's Piney. You see the first game, here we are man. You see the hotel them, you say, listen, we are going to prepare special packages for your guests. You bust them up there, right? They'll get seats, right? And not only that, they can come up, you know, and we'll have special areas, special tent with like the Usain Bolts, and we'll have some craft vendors so they can come up there and make a day. They can travel from Montego Bay and have a good day at the National Stadium, see some of our history. We're going to turn over into the arena into a little gallery area so they can spend hours over there buying craft items, working with the Ministry of Tourism. You understand me? We're going to have some entertainment over there, and we are going to have some Jamaican celebrities. We're going to try see if we can get a Usain Bolt, and they will autograph stuff for you, and then you come over to the game. All them things that the people them can do, you know.
What man? I'll show you some little thing now. I have a company in a village in a Pennsylvania named East and West. All right? Them have Dollar Dog night at the and other things. They have beer company with sponsor things. They have dollar beer night and them have all different kind of things. So Grace Kennedy, KFC and all these people come on board and sponsor something to promote the people that need to say, when you the boy, if me have after me call it down, if me call the show, at the game and it costs no 1,000, I have 500. I guess you can get one meal fee, one reduce price. But now the people, when me find out, in the top, everybody is at stake, nobody is giving back anything, not church, not nobody now give back nothing. Everybody wants something. And it can't work, so brother. All big sports just at Jamaica. All them do talk sports and nobody now sponsor. You are a little better than them. The people they make me angry, but right now you're not even concerned to get anything because nobody now help everybody about cover. Listen me man, everybody talking JFK. It's just one in trying to do a thing. Someone go down here. And before we come on, I said, big up Mr. Clyde Jardini, big up the Harbour View Football Club. Don't hear nobody big them up on them thing and attack out them. It's coming like some man have problems like Jardini. Go on, general, you're a big man thing. Harbour View and the people that pick up and I want to hear my mind, man. You need to tell Clyde and come make the interview.
Yeah, man, Clyde he's in Trinidad with the Harbour View under 16. He and I spoke on Saturday. He was on the program. He was on the program.
Clyde, say him to come give a shine. You don't need the shine, but
he was on the program.
He was on the program?
Yeah, but he's in Trinidad now with the Harbour View under 16 team.
Well, come sit down, comfortable. That's fine. I am sure.
Yeah, man. But we're going to run now because we're going past the 2 hours. So, but respect and thanks to the call as usual. Poor us, see enough of us. No fight, no fuss.
Poor us, Richmond, you don't know. Night football night and Sunday night. You don't follow it up and check it up. Support the team. Support the football festival and the festival. You see it?
Yeah, all right. Cool. Yeah, man. Yeah. Listen, hey, you know what I would do? Hey, some ideas I may have. You see all of them? The chapter for KC over this on the chapter for Georges and the chapter for this. We say, listen, the game coming up. We want to engage you, right? We want you to get some tickets for your Dakota Cup team. We're going to give you special rates for the tickets. Let them bring the banner. I'm telling you. Imagine if watch out. If all the school, the KC, the JC, the Calabar, the Wolmers, the Jago, past students purchase 10 tickets. And all of those, you understand, all of those teams, so every ticket you buy, you get so they partner with a t-shirt company. You just get a yellow shirt. Come on, man. We can do better, man. You work with what you have, man. Yes, sir. See more. They don't want any outsider. No, man. Listen, seriously, I would have volunteer my time if they want. I would have volunteer because I want to see the football get better, brother. I want to see the football get better. Honestly, I want to see the football. Management, given all we have heard, the budget and the salary. Oh, geez. Oh, this I know. We're closing the show, you know. Welcome to I Am Sure Sports. We're closing the show, you know. Hello? Yeah, welcome to I Am Sure Sports.
Welcome, boy. We are listening to you, boy. So let me give you a call, because
who this? Diego?
You know, Diego. Yeah, man.
Hey, Diego.
One thing about Diego, you know, a year everything all over the place. I like to get specific now.
Yes.
No. You mentioned administration. So you know me. Now, if you were the president, Michael Ricketts, what would you do? In terms of the senior team, no. You know me not go all over the place.
Oh, in terms of the
When I
senior.
talk about football and develop technical director and develop youth, when I talk about the senior team, you know me go right where the money is.
If I were the president, right now, I'd say, Paul Hall, we are going to give you the job until the end of the Gold Cup in 2023. And at that point, we will do an assessment of your performance since the time you get the job to the end of the Gold Cup. If based on yeah.
No man, you say so. Did the president say he's not going to give Paul Hall the job? That's why I want to get to specifics. You know, did he come out and saying he's not going to give Paul Hall the job because he might do what you say, right?
Well, it was reported on the next channel, Ryan LFC, that Paul Hall is not going to get the job.
No, who's right now? Did somebody from the JFF say that or someone attack?
No,
a reporter talking.
He's a reporter. He got inside information that Paul Hall will not be given the job.
Oh, so you believe him? Because, you know, we get all the inside information and fly on the wall and a man go to GFF and say paper flying in front of Dunsford Boulevard. So is it somebody that you believe then?
Yeah, man. Normally when he gets information, he's very credible.
So what about you now? Have you gotten any information? Because we work with you know. Because we know the Jamaica thing going on. You is the man of objectivity. Because we don't know everybody get them envelope at Jamaica when it comes to journalism. and we know JFF have enemies. And so you get any official information?
Right. So I have not gotten anything official that is not going to get the job. But what I know for sure is that he, at the end of the Suriname game, you know, wanted the job. Wanted some, because no.
No, man, don't share with me, man. Don't share. We're not talking about what Paul Hall want. Did you get anything official from the GFF itself?
The official thing is that the contract that should have been signed is not signed.
Right, so based on what you all know, the JFF might give him the job. Yes or no? Based on your knowledge. Your knowledge matter about
yeah, man, he could get the job. But right now, to me, in my opinion, it's looking very unlikely.
Right, okay. So this guy doesn't work for, does he work for RJR or one of the mainstream media? He does his own thing.
He does his own thing.
Oh God, man, please. Them people, they are jokers, man. No, next thing then.
Anyway, so one of the people listen, tomorrow I have to bring on the show because everybody has a big up Diego, big up the great Diego, big up. Everybody has a big up.
Because they know we go straight to the point. I mean, nobody run around thing and run up a political thing, you know. That's why the people them know that Diego just come straight. Because I never hear nothing about the GFF not giving this man the job. So it's possible that Paul Hall get it. Now the next thing now, which is the caller that was in New York. Let me tell you something now. Unless you're a genius or you're the greatest marketing man in the world, that JFF brand is damaged even before Ricketts, from the days of Captain Burrell with the big corruption thing. At the end of Captain Burrell's reign, there was no sponsors. He was asking Carl Brown to coach for $100. So the brand mash up, right? The brand mash up. That is a reality. When you go in New York, in the diaspora, everything about the GFF is negative, not one positive word.
And you say that
so you talking about marketing.
And you say that is a long, long time that has been happening.
And that's of course, from Captain Burrell. From Captain Burrell, his last years of thing with the whole heap of corruption and the negativity. The marketing people not touch the GFF again now. So the only thing we can do to get money is qualify these teams. That hopefully the girl qualify, the boys qualify, the senior team, the under 20. That's the only way this GFF can get money right now, you know.
Okay.
So when you're talking about marketing and you're talking about it's a dream world you would upon again, but you say you can't do it, so maybe they let you do it and try.
So somebody see, and I think like, all right, you don't, Dave, let me ask you this question. Do you think if they said to you, listen, Diego, we want you to do some marketing for us in New York. You don't think you could market the football with the players that we have, the Leon Bailey, the Mikel Antonio, all of those guys all over in such a way that they could generate some funds?
Of course I can take Leon Bailey to Western Union, but I can't take the GFF. So Leon Bailey, I'll get the money. Of course I can take Shamar Nicholson. Of course I can take Ravel Morrison. Those are individuals like how you have the LeBron James and the Steph Curry them. But the NBA now, the NBA and the US Soccer Federation, they have credibility to the people there. But from Captain Burrell, I don't want to blame Ricketts. Because everybody loved him, everybody afraid of the captain. Because I was there when nobody had no big talk.
And let me just remind you, there was an article in the newspaper that stated that the JFF were having reservations about employing Paul Hall because they're unhappy with his stance when he stood with the players. It was in the newspaper.
The GFF again are people, Jamaica.
It is in the newspaper.
People in Jamaica.
It says sources in the
listen to me. I went. If I tell you the things people say about me when I come to Jamaica, we not go so. You can't go where people say Jamaica. Is that the Jamaica cleaner?
Yes.
And they quoted Michael Ricketts saying he has a problem with his stance of supporting the players.
I don't know who they quoted, but it was someone from within the JFF. It may not have been Mr.
Oh,
Ricketts.
no, someone from within the JFF. It could have been Dalton Winter. I carry feelings. Because the players them get rid of him again. You have to give me names, man. I know the Jamaica thing go with rumors and talk.
So we must.
I remember one time, you have to tell me who said it, who quoted it. I am saying if it's coming from Dalton, it means nothing to me.
No, but why?
Because him have an axe to grind.
Why would they go and?
Because remember the GFF have haters,
But Diego, why would they go and ask Dalton? Why would somebody go now and ask Dalton Winter about Paula's position?
But me don't know, you don't give me no name. You read the paper, you forgive me the name.
But why you calling Dalton when he's not a part?
No, I'm saying a man, no. No, I'm saying to you, I'm not using him as an analogy. But he has an axe to grind.
No, but he's not a part of the
So him saying that, wouldn't have no credibility to me. Right, that's what I'm saying. When you say people say it, you have to give me name, man. You have to give Diego a name.
No, Diego. All right. So you're saying to us, there's a newspaper article that says information has come out that persons within the JFF board members of the JFF are not happy with Paul Hall's stance of standing with the players. You're saying that because there's no name mentioned, we should dismiss what the article is saying.
No, I'm not. You can believe it if you want. I am saying it means nothing to me until a Michael Ricketts or somebody official know. You can believe it. People used to tell them about ghosts of country. I'm going to go country and tell them about ghosts. So people can believe anything they want. But I'm saying to you, it means nothing to me unless Michael Ricketts come out or some official statement come out.
So let me say
no.
So let me ask you a different
Michael
question.
Ricketts is unhappy with Paul Hall. I have never heard Michael Ricketts come out and say. But you can believe in Manning's man. Now anybody wants to believe it.
But what I'm saying though, why it has to be Michael Ricketts? He's not the only one who makes the decision.
No, somebody official, like Bruce Gaynor.
So no, but
somebody official.
So what? So isn't the board official?
No, but that's hearsay. To say board, people in the board.
The board, members of the JFF board.
So you are saying that you are all right. So who in the board disagree with the man?
Why is that important?
No. That's what I'm asking you. Is Michael Ricketts have a problem with
why? But that's what I'm saying, that it don't have to be
with Paul Hall. Yes or no? I'm asking you a question.
No, I know.
don't have to be. I'm asking a question. Does Michael Ricketts have a problem with Paulo? I'm asking a question, Manixman.
Diego, no matter how loud you're talking, I'm going to say what me want to say.
But I'm asking a question. Do you know if Michael Hall have a problem with Paulo?
You could have want to ask the question 100 times. Me going to answer how me want to answer the question. Not how you want me to answer the question.
Okay. No, I'm not. You can. I'm just. Let me ask you the question again to make sure you understand. Do you know if Michael Ricketts have a problem with Paul Hall? Do you know? Does management know if Michael Ricketts have a problem with Paul Hall supporting the players?
Let me. That has no bearings in what we're discussing.
No, fine, but I'm asking the question.
I don't need to answer the question because I have no bearings on anything.
Oh, so you refuse to answer the question.
I just answer the question.
All right, so we can move on. No, you didn't answer.
No.
You're saying you refuse to answer the question.
No, here's my answer to the question. Let me give him an answer again. People, let me give you my answer to the question.
You're talking to Diego. Talk.
No, I also have audience. People, let me give you.
Yeah, but they hear you.
Diego. No, people. What Diego is.
They will hear you. Diego.
So Diego, people, what Diego is asking has no bearings on the issue at hand. So let me give you.
But I'm not talking about the issue at hand. I'm asking you an independent question. Can I? Is it okay? You're a journalist. I'm asking you. Or you have your show. I can't ask you an independent question, boss. So let me ask you an independent question. Do you management, because I rate you with your knowledge, do you know if Michael Ricketts have an issue with Paul Hall supporting the players? That's all I'm asking. Independent question from my I'm talking about me asking the question.
Diego, the contract for Paul Hall should have been signed already. It is not signed. When the questions were asked of people in the JFF, the article quoted board members that couldn't, inclusive of the president. He, as an individual, may agree or disagree, but it is not based on his decision alone because it's an entire board. So your question has no bearing.
So give me the name. So give me the name of the people who have a problem with Paul Hall.
So Diego,
because you, boss, anybody, you just said it wasn't in official media. It's a man who have a own show. Suppose that man have an agenda.
Diego, we also told you that it is in the newspapers. We said that to you.
And they didn't mention. So once they didn't mention no name.
No. Diego, hold on, Diego. So if you read something that says members of the United States Congress have signed a petition for people to get $5,000, you're saying that you're not going to believe that until I tell you all the people.
No, I'm not saying I'm not going to believe it. I am saying to you.
No.
I said I don't have to. Listen to me. I am saying to you is what I want. I don't have to believe it because they didn't specify who it was in the JFF.
All right, no, Diego. Let me ask you my question. You see, look at what
So what I'm saying to you, so you can believe it. I don't have to believe it. What I want to know, and nobody can answer me now, is Michael Ricketts one of the people them? This is what Diego wants to know. Diego's being specific. I'm allowed to be specific.
Fine. So let me ask you a question again. Tomorrow.
So you can't give me a name and you say members.
Diego, tomorrow you pick up the New York Times.
No man, you don't want to just stay with the Jamaica thing, man. Let me
ask you a
question. Can you not listen to me? But you keep repeating yourself. When an article says members of the board, suppose there's members that are enemy that have a problem and with Paul Hall, but Michael Ricketts don't. So I am talking about Michael Ricketts, the boss.
But Diego. Diego.
That's all I'm talking about. I'm asking a question again. Hey. Do you know if Michael Ricketts have a problem with Paul Hall?
Diego.
You see that? Yes or no? Diego, you know, you don't know. You keep repeating the article.
Diego, why is it important? Hold on, we have preacher. Preach.
Oh my God, it's important to me.
Diego, preacher, I want to talk to you. Preacher, talk to Diego.
Yeah, man.
Preacher, talk to Diego.
No, man, I'm just joining the show to give my 2 cents. Good evening, good night, Diego. Good morning to you.
Big up yourself, preacher. Yeah, man.
Yeah, man. Manning's man has made reference to an article that was actually in the papers here in Jamaica. And for those who are working in football circles and just around sports discussions generally, the view out there is that Mr. Ricketts himself doesn't have an issue with Paul Hall. That Mr. Ricketts might
hold on. Just repeat that. Hold on, say that again, preacher. Who doesn't have an issue with Paul Hall? Because that's what I want to know, you know. Hello?
You hearing me, Diego?
Sorry, we're going to get a call coming. Sorry, go ahead, repeat that again for me, please, preacher.
Right, I'm saying that the view out there is that Mr. Ricketts himself may not have an issue with Paul Hall. However, there are persons within.
Thank you, preacher.
No, all right, Diego. No, you cannot take that, you know.
When me a preacher talk now.
What are that?
You just a preacher for talk to me, you come back and when me a preacher talk.
Diego,
I don't understand you.
Diego.
I said thank you, preacher.
Diego.
But how much time you do it when people? How much time you? I said thank you, preacher. What's wrong with saying thank you, preacher?
Diego, what?
I laugh like an idiot.
Diego, just listen to brethren. Listen, man.
All right, why can't I say? Why bothers you if I say thank you, preacher?
It's not. I'm not bothered. Just let me finish.
Yeah. All right, let's That's all I read.
So listen, Diego. Preacher, just hold on.
Jesus Christ.
Diego, so let me say this to you, Diego. The man just said there's a view that is held out there. You are willing to run with that, but I have the link for the newspaper article here, and you're saying that you don't believe that. There's no.
Finish, preacher. I'm listening to you, preacher.
There's no consistency in your belief.
All right, let preacher finish. Go on, let preacher finish. I hear you, Manning's man. Let preacher finish. Yeah.
That's a fair point by Manning's man. But yeah, so there's a view that Mr. Ricketts himself don't have a problem with Paul Hall. However, there are persons within the hierarchy of the JFF who are adamant that Paul Hall, that they would not be working with Paul Hall as the head coach of the team because of the stance he took when they were in Suriname. The pro player stance that he took when they were in Suriname. There are persons who it is said that they believe that kind of approach only is a recipe for disaster going forward. If a coach can take that position. Persons have also said that one of the reasons why some of these persons are favorable towards the previous coach, Coach Whitmore, was because Coach Whitmore has never come out and publicly taken that kind of a stance, a pro player stance. He has always been the consummate diplomat in terms of navigating player and federation issues. So, I mean, it may be a case that Mr. Ricketts has his own view, but Mr. Ricketts' view is one view of many views within the context of the JFF hierarchy. And his decision is not the sole decision in terms of who is going to be the head coach. I mean, Mr. Ricketts may actually have his back against the wall where this one is concerned, because he is highly dependent on probably some people who don't want Paul Hall to be the head coach to preserve and maintain his role as presidency of the JFF. And he might find himself in a position where if he goes against their view, we may not be talking about Mr. Ricketts as president any much longer. So I'm just putting that out there so that your question.
Okay, so basically what you said, preacher, like all organization, there's different views depending on who people talk to, even though nobody's calling any names, which is happens normally.
The same thing.
Question to you, preacher.
Yeah, Manning's man was saying the same. Realize
But you came and answer my question that the views about Michael Ricketts is that he's not in support of those other people. So here's my question to you, Preacher. We'll get straight to the point now. Hold on, man. I got a question for Preacher.
No, but
so Preacher, how does it work? Now, who has the last say? How do you determine now who hires the coach now? How is that done?
Preacher, before you answer, Diego, let me say this. Diego, I have heard it out there that Mike Ricketts, I have views of people who said Mike Ricketts is very unhappy because he personally spoke to Paul Hall 3 times, and Paul Hall insisted that he was going to resign, and Michael Ricketts has a problem. So
it's 2 different. So Preacher giving that difference. So people are just giving their different views. That's why I need that's the point we're making, Mannings man. You see? So people are giving you views about Michael Ricketts. People are giving, and some are saying what you're saying. Some saying, well, so we need to hear now from Michael Ricketts.
But Diego, what I keep asking you is that why are you making this about Michael Ricketts when the decision doesn't lie with him alone?
Because I like to hear from the horse's mouth, the president himself.
But Diego,
that's what me about.
But what I'm saying to you, Diego, is that the decision of the coach does not lie with Michael Ricketts.
That's what I'm going to ask you now. So let's move on. Who determined? Thank you, Preacher. Now, who determines how the coach gets fired now? You give me how the Constitution works in Jamaica.
Fired how?
I asked Preacher.
How fire come into this?
All right, Preacher. Who determines if Paul Hall continue? Who has the last say? Because everybody have different views. Like in my company, I have the last say, even though other people have views. Who has the last say in the JFF if Paul Hall continues as coach? The last say.
The JFF has a board, Diego, and there's an HR committee, I'm sure, that deals with hirings. There are different persons on the board who would have an input into a decision about the coach behind. There's a technical committee as well. I'm not sure what role they would play.
The technical committee is there for so the technical committee will make a recommendation, and that recommendation is then the board goes through the recommendation. So the technical committee could recommend that Paul Hall loses the job. It goes to the board of the JFF, and then the board takes a vote on it. The board includes the president, but it's not exclusive to the president.
Right.
So some of those.
So the board now, Mannings man, is about 12 people, and the majority now rules.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure.
There's a board. Yet we're talking about the board of directors, not the. We're not talking about all the parish presidents.
No, the board of directors.
No, man, no. Make it simple for me. So the technical committee, Preacher man, recommends Paul Hall not to be hired. He goes to the board. Then how many people now have that vote to determine if he's to be hired or not?
I'm not sure what the numbers are, and I'm not sure if it's a simple majority that is required for a decision to be passed. And I'm not sure if the president also has a veto vote in the case where there is a tie or anything like that. I don't know what the bylaws stipulate.
Okay, that's what I need. Okay.
A good example is the situation with Coach Theodore Whitmore. There was out there that there was one member of the board who is connected to the Ministry of Sports who was not into Whitmore being relieved of his duty as head coach. Though other persons on the board wanted him to be fired. And that was a recommendation from the technical committee to the board.
Right. And it was carried.
And then hold on, man. So the board voted majority to fire Whitmore, including the president.
We don't know who voted.
We don't know what the president voted.
I'm saying you don't know that. It don't come out like this person voted, Diego.
No.
Yeah, we don't know that.
What I'm saying is it, so we don't know if it's a majority or if it was tied and somebody override it.
No, it was whatever it is. What you just asked is who voted where.
Yeah, we don't know that.
No, I didn't ask that. Preacher, I'm asking, do we know if it's a majority and if it's tied, the president has the decider, or don't know? We just get the result.
No, we got the result, and we assuming that it was a majority because only one.
It was 5-2.
All right,
5-2. It was 7.
Okay.
Diego, it was 7 persons who voted. It ended 5-2.
Oh, so they do release it. You do know the facts.
We don't
7
know who
persons
voted how.
but we don't know who voted.
No. But you know the majority of the numbers. Okay.
Yeah, but the president could have voted for him to stay on.
Yeah, I understand. No, I understand. Yeah. So we're back to Paul Hall now. So what you're saying now is that it's going to go to the board, and the board will make the decision.
But there you go. I think Manningsman was trying to make a bigger point, which is why he was saying to you that the focus on the president's view is of no moment. The fact that Paul
I'll tell you why I said hold on now. I can tell you why. So you're educating me that it goes to the board and they vote. I thought the president have the last say, preacher.
No.
President is the one.
Not in this
Even if the
regime.
board vote against it, because I know Captain Morel, that's the way Captain Morel operated.
Well, not in this regime. I don't know the captain.
Okay.
But there you go. The bigger point is
But in business, Diego, if your board, majority of your board goes against a decision and you take it up, how does that function? How does it work?
No man, Jamaica no work account. Jamaica have their own rule and thing. Captain Morel teach me that,
Different thing though. But go ahead.
There you go.
What's written in the textbook in theory when Jamaica do the one thing? Captain Morel is an example of that.
Yeah, but there
about what Captain Morel did. Yeah.
There you go. Can we focus on a bigger issue?
Yeah, preacher.
The fact the fact that Paul Hall's contract has not yet been signed is a red flag, because Paul Hall was given an interim role to complete the World Cup qualifiers. The World Cup qualifiers were completed. We had the Nations League games, and he took over the reins for the 3 Nation League games that we played. His interim agreement went up to the end of the last Nation League game that we played, if my memory serves me well. Since then, there has been no definitive position taken by the JFF in terms of Paul Hall's tenure. That is a red flag. If you're going to be assessing Paul Hall to determine if he should get the job, you have enough to assess him, right? You have the World Cup qualifiers, you have the Nation League games. You can make a fair enough assessment of whether or not this is the man for the job. What could possibly be the holdup why Paul Hall doesn't have a contract? He has indicated that he wants to lead the team. He has indicated that he's willing to continue.
In the last press conference, was asked, he said that those things will be sorted out and all of that because he wants to continue.
Right.
So no, nothing has been done.
Yeah. So that is the main issue here, and so all the discussion now points back to the JFF and what could possibly be holding up the JFF from making a decision. This is a man who has been operating without necessarily being paid.
Come on, I get you now. I get you on Manning's money on the preacher. What is happening now? Word going around is that because of his support of the players, the JFF board might decide not to bring him back and take it personal. But Manning's man has said no, he would disagree with that decision. Because he would take, I heard him saying he would not hold it against Paul Hall. If he had a vote, he would vote for Paul Hall to stay on as coach. What about you, preacher?
Yeah, I think I would have him stay on. I think what's important is when a coach has the support of his players and the players have the support of their coach, that makes well for a football team. The JFF's problem is that their own administration of football has created some kind of issues between them and previous coaches and players. So it's more like JFF trying to save their face as opposed to them trying to advance the work of the football program, the men's football program at the senior level. They need to put those personal...
All I can say is I met Michael Ricketts and Bruce Gaynor and Dalton went to New York. And the Michael Ricketts I met, I'm just saying for me now, I'm giving him the benefit of the doubt that he's not one of them that I would think would hold up coach supporting his players, and then the coach qualify you to Gold Cup, and you get rid of him because personal thing, you know, to take it that way. But I hope you guys are. I hope the word on the street is wrong that they're going to keep Paul Hall.
Yeah,
Your time, Mannings, man. I'm not itching at the bit to say something, you know. So
No, man, time. It's what,
okay.
It's almost 1 o'clock.
But that's where you and I agree. You and I agree now, you know, Mannings, man, and Peter.
We agree.
There's no good reason to fire Paul Hall.
no.
There's no reason. If that is the reason, it makes no sense in football. So how you going to market a federation like that now, Paul, with Mannings, man?
That is why I would keep Paul.
Difficult.
No, that's what I'm saying. That because he qualified the team, there's a game to be played in Mexico and then the Gold Cup. I don't think if we keep him on until after the Gold Cup and assess him, it's too late for us to make changes in preparation for the next World Cup. So why not just give him, because he has the support of the players. There are going to be issues, so sort out whatever. Because remember, he did this as an interim coach. You really never gave him any what they call it, gag order. You never gave him any standard operational procedures. So how are you going to measure? It's just like I'm on probation and I turn up at work 9 o'clock and you say, listen, I'm not going to give you the job again because you turn up at 9 o'clock. I said, but you didn't tell me that I was supposed to get here at 8:30. How am I going to know that? You cannot, I don't think you can judge Paul Hall because you never gave him anything and said, this is what you operate. You never had anything outlined.
Yeah, man, I heard you. I agree with you, Paul.
Yeah.
One question I have for you now, Mannings, man. I know to get late. Please, I don't go nowhere to come. Why hear the Mannings, man, answer. You know? So, Mannings, man, the greatest marketing mind in the world. How are you going to, tell me when you come to New York, how are you going to market this JFF now? Tell me what you're going to do.
I'm going to find Diego Ogilvy.
Start laugh. Diego Ogilvy is not a marketing. Diego Ogilvy knows nothing about marketing. You know?
That's a great answer, Mannings, man. You can't go around the answer.
My preacher, this one is the best. Where you going to tell Diego Ogilvy? Walk up and down New York City and say what? About the JFF. What are we going to sell? You got to sell something. What are you going to sell about the JFF? Tell us what you're going to sell.
But Diego, if you can help Mannings, man, with the question.
Yeah, man, help him, man. I'm going to need one for help. Trust me.
All right, we just saw a Premier League season in Jamaica that everybody can agree has been one of the better organized Premier Leagues that we've had. When you look at the numbers in Sabina Park, they rival any big concert that has been kept in Jamaica. And that comes down to simple leadership, the leadership of Chris Williams and the JPL team. People are still hungry.
Oh, so you hold on. So you're going to get to the Michael Ricketts. You're going to ask him to step down. And
it doesn't just come down to Michael Ricketts. I think what we need to do, if we're going to market our football, we're going to have to market it by allowing persons who are business-minded and who have a fresh face
and
to be a part of
spaces.
Yeah, to be a part of the process.
Oh, hold on, Peter. I get to so what you're saying is instead of Manningsman coming, make Chris Williams come to New York.
Well, I couldn't put it any better than you. We use people who have a fresh face and who have a business mind. The JFF administration, as it stands now, are persons who they are a part of an old boys club. They are a part of
Hold on, Peter. I don't want you mislead the public. Me and Manningsman don't have $1 billion company and $1 billion connections like Chris Williams, okay? so give the people the facts who Chris Williams is, okay?
Yeah, no man, them know who Chris Williams.
The man is like the way you call them now, Manningsman in terms of America. The
oligarch.
Zuckerberg.
There you go. the man are the movers and shakers of billions and billions of dollars in Jamaica. So all they have to do is like when Eddie Siaga used to do it. Just tell people, you want me to invest your money? Go sponsor this, go sponsor that. Don't
No,
compare me and Manningsman to that. We don't have that
no,
kind
but
of power.
Diego, but Diego, that is the reality of football. Football is a business, and the persons who are currently running our football, they may have an interest. They may have some kind of affiliation with clubs in their different parishes, but they're obviously inept at running the business of football. Jamaica's brand.
Well, I no preacher. Well, I no preacher. You forget. They must say the man come from radio and say Michael Ricketts used to run in Federation all time. His charge trunk to the man. We have to understand. And him is a health inspector. We inspect toilet and all that. We have to understand. We you compare the money to Clive Williams. You have to understand what the diaspora hear about Michael Ricketts in the man.
No, I'm
unfair
not
to the
comparing.
man too, you know. He's such a nice man.
I'm not comparing him. All I'm simply saying is, Diego, you have a teacher who is good enough to teach first to third form, but you have some students that are in third form that are ready for CXC. You need a different kind of teacher for those students to prepare them for CXC. Some teachers
I agree with
not
you.
able to teach at A-level.
Williams.
You know about A-level.
No,
So now use A-level. Some teachers can't teach at the
I'm
master's level. Some teachers can't teach at the PhD.
Right.
Where our football is now,
I agree
we
with
need persons who
hold
are
on,
business-minded people.
Hold on, you have to go through that
understand
technology.
business and can transfer
Diego.
business approach to the management of our football.
Okay.
That's what we need. We're going to incorporate those people with people who understand the dynamics of football as well.
Let him finish,
people
Diego.
who understand the
Diego,
technical components of football and all of that. We can't continue to have our football being run by people who have a limited scope in terms of their understanding of the global movement of football as a business. Brand Jamaica is always going to be Brand Jamaica. I'll tell you that. The Jamaican brand is like a magnet. It attracts people to it. Once we have the right people behind the football program, we will get the money behind it. We will get the support. It is just that we have had the wrong people behind it. And so it continues to suffer the decline that it has been experiencing. It's not the brand that is the problem. It's the people driving the brand.
And please, go on.
Not hearing you, man.
Diego, you hearing me now?
Not hearing you.
Oh, maybe.
I'm
not hearing Manning's man at all.
It's on your side, preacher. So check that. Check your side, Diego. All right, you need to go because I don't want Mrs. Ogilvy get upset with me. No, so here's the thing now.
She just had to say time. She just had to say, come, let's go.
Yeah. So last minute and hang up the phone.
Well, say good night to Manning's man.
Good night.
Good night, Mrs. Ogilvy.
Yeah. All right. No, preacher and Manning's man.
Yeah.
What we're saying is great. Chris Williams is the ideal man. But we have to first know if it's something he wants to do. The man run $1 billion company. Does he want to get in? We can't just hope and say a wish. I don't know. We have to know if the man really want the job. But I agree with you. But only thing can happen and let the people know, Manning's man. They have to go put themselves up for re-election and get voted out. Michael Ricketts is not going to step down onto a paying job and he can collect $10 million. No, Master Michael Ricketts is not going to step down like people keep begging because he's getting paid by FIFA and he can get millions like Captain Bell used to get millions for qualifying. So they have to go take the effort now and go campaign and hopefully Chris Williams wants it. I have no problem with that. But how do you know Chris Williams wanted, preacher? That's what we're saying.
Yeah. All right, so preacher look like preacher got a call on the phone, so he's not here. But respect, thanks for coming on, Diego. Tomorrow we'll pick up.
Yeah, man, keep up the good work, man. You don't know the thing. We have to keep it straight, you know.
Yeah,
you
man.
know, we have to keep it straight because we understand the football thing, you know.
Man. So we link up in a couple of weeks, that's so. Yeah. Man.
All right, so let's hope we keep spot all then. Let's hope.
Yeah, man. All right, then. Cool.
Cool, yeah.
All right, people. That was Diego, the great. Ogilvy, yeah, man. C-Bar, money now, former Calabar student. Big up preacher for coming on as well. Listen, people, I should have finished the thing 44 minutes ago, so I'm not even going to hesitate. Please, just go on, hit the like button if you have not yet done so. Subscribe if you have not, and share the link as well. this was a very good show. So thank you for tuning in, for staying in. Thanks to everyone for being a part of the show from beginning to end. To all the mods, thank you so much for moderating. And and just for everyone who called in, Kyle, again, Preacher, Diego, every person who called, first responder, thank you so much for all the super chats and super stickers. Thank you for all the support on the platform. We do this again tomorrow. Have yourself a wonderful rest of the morning for the people in the diaspora, people in Jamaica. 12 o'clock is on its way. Hurry up and go to bed. You understand me, before Cinderella pass your way. I am Management, and as usual, we say we are over and OUT.
Watch about dog, SK New Erdis, the body out there, Sniper King I represent for I Am Sure Sports. You get to me, I say, when you want the latest news and sports and updates and all of that, check out I Am Sure Sports. You know the thing goes in. Remember, cover the whole island. Remember Kingston, Westmoreland, Galchester, Ocherase, Galtigo Bay, everywhere. I Am Sure Sports, check it out for the latest news and latest updates. Sniper King I represent. Where them feel like? Ha! Yeah, someone on for the food from young, from where they knee height. I Am Sure Sports. Yeah, dog.